Hello everybody, welcome to my Fischfright 2 official guide. It's going to be part 1 because this coming up weekend is going to be a part 2, but let's get straight into it, alright? So, first things first, the skulls. So these skulls can be used for two different things. First thing being to unlock these skeletal NESSIE, which we'll get into later. Or, if you get 2 red frightful skulls, it can actually be used to craft a rod, which we'll also get into later. But if you were just wondering, these are the chances for all of them. And it cannot be spawned via sundials, but can be spawned with frightful pool totems, which you buy from the Flying Dutchman for 3,000 each. The pools last for 10 minutes, and for some reason they made them insanely rare, but beyond the point. So the skeletal NESSIE. How do we get to the NESSIE's catacomb? So all you really need to do is if you go and you trick or treat at any one of these doors, you get a candy bucket when you spawn in, by the way, so don't worry about this. You literally just walk up to any of these doors with a number on it, and you just trick or treat. So there is a like 44% chance of getting a treat if you don't have a mask, and if you get a treat, which I just did, there's a chance that you can get a baby NESSIE. And the baby NESSIE not only is good for a quest you can do with that person right there named Lilith, but you can take that baby NESSIE, walk over to this statue that's right here, and then just hold it in your hand, and this whole thing will just open up, and you can walk it down the stairs into the place below. So baby NESSIE is really important if you're planning on getting either candy or the skeletal NESSIE. So when you get in there, you're gonna notice that there is 5 different statues with that are colored. Those actually represent all of these skulls. So you need one of all of these skulls, and you put them on all the things, and this thing will open up. Well, not this thing, but a door will open up when you're down there, and you walk in there, and there's a chance you can catch it. It's very rare. Or what do I recommend to catch it with? To that I'll say just something either that has very high luck or very high catch speed. So like Jack-O-Blazer, Oniriphalix, the Wing Ripper, which is probably my go-to. If you have that, highly recommend it. To be honest, those are probably your 3 best ones to go with. Necrotic Rod actually wouldn't be bad as well if you have that. So I recommend the Jack-O-Blazer, Necrotic, Oniriphalix, or the Wing Ripper. That's probably your best bets for that. So, let's say you actually get a skeleton NESSIE. What can you do with it? You can give it to this guy, and he'll give you like 2,000 candy, or you can actually use that to craft. Let's see if I can find the Necrotic Rod. You need 2 red frightful skulls. You need a hex skeletal NESSIE and 5 sanguine bones. We talked about how to get this. How do we get the bones though? So I think the easiest way to do this is you can grab a reinforced rod, put Blood Reckoning on it, and then just go fish in the brine pool. Easy as that. And it costs 660,000 credits to go craft at Ancient Isle. I think this is a pretty good rod. Talked about it in the last video. But anyway, keep going. Ooh, oh my god, a stuffy nose today, man. So, Headless Horseman. Let's go over to this guy. So this guy has a pretty annoying quest, and that quest is actually what gives you the Jack-O-Blazer. Why this is really good, it's not for any of these stats, but this passive right here, it's literally an Astral Hook, but better, I believe. So that's why it's really good. Every second, the progress goes up by 8%, which I don't think anyone needs to explain to you why it's really good. It's a really good rod, and I highly recommend you go and get this rod. But what's the quest for it? So you have to get a frightful jack-o'-lantern which you can either do by appraising or you get a rod with the frightful mutation. So there's a 10% chance you'll get it. It also increases your progress speed by 50% and decreases resilience by 20. So on a rod like this, it works really well. Or something like Cerulean Fane. Well, actually, it could work pretty well on that. Something like that. Just something that either doesn't care about resilience and just shoots a lot of progress speed. I don't know, it just works really well. Bring 5 wisps to him. You can get 5 wisps by coming over here. There's one right there. They have a random chance of spawning. Just grab one of those. You have to get 5 of them. Bring it to him. And that'll get you to the next step. We'll bring out a haunted candle. The haunted candle, you just basically follow the stairs and path up to the top. And you just walk around till you find a haunted candle. Bring it back here. Give it to him. Then you gotta get a blaze handle. How to get a blaze handle? You have to do the witch's cauldron, which is by getting the witch's ingredients, which is done by doing the goblin quests. They're really easy to do, it's just time consuming. And this is what you need to know. You need 100 total ingredients to get the blazed handle. So you have to do literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 quests. It's annoying. But hey, get 100 total, come up here, give it her, and then you'll end up getting it. And you can also get some cool boats, but you don't need to do those obviously, you just need to get the blaze handle. So then what you have to do is give him 5,000 candy and then you'll unlock it. Cool. Go to the next thing. So trick-or-treating, I explained a little bit about it. And here you go. This actually increases your treat chance by 20%, and the Megalodon mask actually increases your candies by 20%. I didn't know that. That actually might be a really good idea for farming. I'm not gonna lie, this actually might be the move. So that's basically trick-or-treating. You're really just doing it to get a baby Nessie, or fill your bestiary, or get candy. So it's not much to it. The Bat Whisperer rod you get from the Flying Dutchman that randomly spawns in this area. It's pretty mid, but the passive is you can get 1 bat, 2 bat, 3 bat. Alright. And when you have 3 bats, okay, or 1, doesn't matter. Per bat you'll receive a random fish from the current pool every 30 seconds, plus 10% progress speed. So it's just a good AFKing rod. This rod's really good for anyone really starting out or just collecting. It's kind of, it's just mid. There's just better options. Jackal Blades, we talked about it. Necrotic Guard, we talked about it. The Spooky Rod, it's just, if you're new, it's a good rod. I don't really recommend it, but here's the stats if you're wondering. Here's the passive. Recommendations. Cool. Frightful Relic, we talked about this. Eerie Relic is actually probably the best secondary enchantment in the game. Gives you the Eerie enchantment and 10% progress speed, 10% fish size. Spooky Relic, 10% for spooky, 0.1 control, and 30% chance to stab for 3% of the progress speed. Also pretty good. If you were to ask which one's better, piercing or spooky, I would probably say spooky because it has a higher chance to stab, and you're really getting this to stab. You don't really care about the progress speed, because with piercing, you get 15% progress speed, but you get a 15% chance to stab for 6%, so it's like, it's kind of mid. I think this is way better, personally. I think I went over really everything about this, but you might be wondering what is the best way to get candy. I'd say just farm goblins, and in between farming goblins, run around here with a Megalodon mask, trick-or-treating, and fishing. What are the best ways for fishing? Or if you have a Polaris Serenade, just sit here with the magnet bait and you'll just get way too many crates. Or you can use something like the Bat Whisper. You can use, you really use the Elder Moss Ripper too. And throw like, I don't know, like Herculean or Spooky on it or something. Just something that you can AFK with essentially. And just use a magnet rod. I said rod? Oh. The magnet bait. I've actually been told by some, not told, but I've heard from some people that the magnet rod is actually really good for getting bait crates. So I mean, that's something you can also do. So, that's basically everything you need to know of how to go about doing everything, how to get everything, what it does, how to farm candy, yada yada yada. So that's really it. I think the only thing I can really go over is the bestiary. I mean, most of the things you just get by playing the update, I'm gonna be honest. The only thing that's confusing to get are the baby Nessie and skeleton Nessie, but we already talked about it, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, hope you have it going alright. That's this Fischfright 2 guide. Hope you have it going alright. Peace.